Thank you for joining Wars of the Roses. In this video we'll be discussing The 7 Natural Laws by Manly P. Hall, an article taken from the All-Seeing Eye, Volume 2, Number 1, November 1923. These 7 Natural Laws. There are certain natural laws which are the basis of occult wisdom, and a thorough understanding of them will give the student a firm foundation upon which to build his superstructure of reason and logic. Man cannot safely think at random, but must first of all base his philosophies upon some rock of immortal truth, and for some occultists this rock is natural law. 1. The Law of Evolution. Everything in the universe is at some stage of an endless path leading from absolute nothingness to perfect omnipotence. Everything in the universe is greater today than yesterday, and will be greater still tomorrow. All things have within them the opportunity for perfection. The law of evolution is the gradual process in nature which brings about this realization of the ideal. Evolution of consciousness and of form is the keystone of the plan, and those who reject it never study occultism intelligently. The law of evolution applies to everything, from the smallest electron to the cosmic God himself, and to the occultist, God is an evolving deity rather than a creating God. 2. The law of compensation or karma. As you sow, so shall you reap. Every cause you start in motion, every thought, every action, good or bad, has an unavoidable result and reaction. The position of the individual on the wheel of life and death depends upon the works done and the works undone. The law of karma says, no man can be greater than his works. Eternal justice works through this great spiritual law. 3. The law of polarity. Everything in the universe expresses itself through two poles, positive and negative. The law of polarity teaches that the work of man is to establish himself at a neutral point, exactly between the two poles, which position is the place of balance, hence omnipotence. 4. The law of periodicity. The law of periodicity demands that after every expenditure of energy there must be a time of repose for the restoration of the lost power. We see it in the periods of sleeping and waking, winter and summer, life and death, and governs action and repose. And there is the days and nights of Brahma. This law escaped from it in any realm of nature where energy is expanded. If he labors, he must rest. If he rests, he must labor. And the same is true among gods as among men. 5. The Law of Alteration. Everything alternates between its poles. In successive bursts, man alternates in his forms from positive to negative, for the laws of nature demand that we receive and benefit by the experiences of both the positive and negative paths. Every seventh swing in human evolution, we have a perfect type of a male or female form, for these are the two extremes of the pendulum. 6. The law of harmony and rhyme. Nature's divine plan is harmony, and inharmony is the friction caused by bodies out of place. Harmony for man is the adjustment of his life with the plan of being. 7. The Law of Reincarnation. This is the hardest doctrine for most people to accept, but everywhere in nature we see the necessity of it. It is the only law we can find which explains the inequalities of temperament and the degrees of intelligence which we find in the world, and at the same time retain a just theology. Either this law must be an actual fact, or else the divine plan lacks the principle of justice, and human inequalities and suffering must have other cause than the whims of deity. The law is taught in 3/4 of the world's religions. There are 7 laws with which occult students must deal in their daily lives and with which they must learn to familiarize themselves that they may adjust their lives to concepts in harmony with them. And the only man or woman who is at peace is the one who is harmonious with the plan of his being. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment. And if you can, please consider donating to Wars of the Rosies. Links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description. Thank you so very much.